All right, guys, welcome to episode 186 of Open Your Toys Cast, the podcast and now live streaming video cast dedicated to the four greatest action figure franchises of the 80s and all time. And those are Mr. Stark,
Star Wars, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Masters of the Universe.
Yeah. So this is our first journey into trying to do this weekly and keep it a little shorter. Here's my wonderful wife. Oh, look, you can't.
We're live.
Mrs. McFavorite peeking in there, bringing me a nice beer and some limes. You could have just squeezed them in there, but thank you.
I didn't know how you wanted it. Sorry.
How I want my lime squeezed into my
Well, just got a couple. I didn't know if you wanted to like drink it down and then add some more.
I love you, baby. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Let's go through these little show notes here. Let me be sharing my screen. I reordered the show notes to hopefully. So we're going to kick that. We're going to share our screen. I'm going to share my screen too. And I like talking to myself. All right. So if you would like to kick it with us, you can find me at facebook.com/openyourtoys. I'm at Slick McFavorite on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm old, so I have email at slick@openyourtoys.com. Where can people find you, Mr. Stark?
They can just head over to YouTube and type in Lotus Stark and watch videos of stuff that I collect.
Yeah, and in our group, you'll get a weekly walk around, even during the height of the coronavirus, to see what's hitting stores and what store shelves are looking like.
There was some new stuff this time that I saw.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see. You can also find us on YouTube. Added the cool link to the website here. I'm looking at openyourtoys.com, where we mostly congregated in our Facebook group at facebook.com/group/openyourtoys. Oh, YouTube is YouTube/openyourtoys. Or if you just want to get notifications of when we post new shows, when we're going live with our shows now, you can do that at our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/openyourtoyscast. You can listen to us through iTunes, Google Play, RSS feeds, and Stitcher Smart Radio. And if you want to support the show, you can click on our links to Amazon, eBay, or Gixxon, and we get a little tiny few pence of the purchases you make. So let's see what else we got here. Oh, if you want to just contact us, the whole team here, you can do that, team@openyourtoys.com, or our voicemail, which I guess, no longer I mean, we could still play voicemails, but we're a video cast now, so better just join us live and ask us questions that way, or we can even buzz you onto the show if you're at all interested. We got to work through the logistics of that, but our voicemail is 720-235-TOYS. That's 720-235-8697. Mr. Stark, what are you drinking, sir?
I am drinking LG fridge water in the Bubba keg.
Yeah. And me, I like this. Now I can show it off. I'm drinking a big bomber of Corona Extra.
Oh, Corona for the Corona. All right.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's I just think this is the most ridiculous thing ever, but it is like not selling.
Really?
It used to. It's super cheap at our supermarkets now that our supermarkets sell full strength beer. And it would always be sold out because it's super popular here. Now it's just stocked that it seems like nobody's buying it.
Because people are thinking that relates to the virus?
There's been speculation that people are that fucking dumb.
Oh my goodness.
That's all I can think, because other beers are sold out like crazy,
Wow. Yep. Well,
But yeah, you throw a couple limes in there. And then of course I've got my other stuff here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here, how about we always do 2 in a row? So here we go. All right. And then also, because it is 420, that's right. Uh-huh.
oh yeah, it is. Wait a minute, it is 420 today. You're right. Today is
Yeah.
the 20th of April.
And Miss McFavorite, sorry. Oh. Super healthy here. Mrs. McFavorite does 420 call with her and a few girlfriends every day because she's usually off work by then.
Oh, boy.
And I didn't even, because I was doing shit around the house, I totally forgot to get high on 420 on 420. And it's 42020. And so, yeah.
So I'm not obviously I don't do that. So what is can you explain that to me? I've heard the term, I just don't know why.
And I'll tell you what, I don't even know exactly why it's
the
such
origin.
a big, yeah.
Okay.
Now by the next show, I will know because there's a documentary on Netflix called like Living the 420 Dream or something like that. And it's actually got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Like that's how I found out about it. It was like, what are the highest rated pop movies on Netflix on Rotten Tomatoes? And there's another one called The Grass is Greener. And we actually watched that one. That's more about race's involvement in the marijuana movement. So it looks at it from a black perspective and Chicano, and that one's also 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. So by next show, because we're gonna watch it tonight, I'll know what 420 is all about. But
cool.
All right. Well, and just so everybody knows, like last time was a ridiculous, like 3.5 hour, like mega marathon. We've got a hard stop on these. We're going to go to weekly, but we're going to have a hard stop at 1.5 hours. So hopefully we'll get through everything. If we don't, because we're recording on a weekday and recording a little later in the evening, we're just going to be done at 7:30 Mountain Time at least. So hang in there. We've got 1.5 hours packed full of toy goodness. Right. First up, Comic-Con is officially canceled. So.
Yeah. So is this something that has this ever happened before as far as Comic-Con canceled?
No.
Oh, really?
And it's never missed a year, and it's 50 years or whatever it's been going. Yeah.
That's crazy. 50 years. Wow.
So, yeah. And we actually have, unfortunately, it's just me and you doing the discussion today because part of this change in format, Lotus felt pretty strongly about us having a discussion topic. So not just doing news, but having an actual topic that we talk about. While we do have a listener question later on, I also, the conversation topic I came up with was how would we do the distribution of the exclusives? Because all of those exclusives are still done. It's not like they just cancel exclusives. They're on a boat from China right now, kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
all slathered in the virus, just slathering all that up that virus.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So hopefully 3 months is enough to kill it off of cardboard.
Yeah.
But so that'll be our discussion topic, is how we propose to do Comic-Con exclusive distribution or ordering, whatever you want to call it. First up, we get Black Series official pics of the child here. So this is kind of crazy, this little clear thing to hold all of the exclusives.
I think that's cool, though. I think that's a nice added bonus.
Yeah, instead of just putting them in a blister, kind of
Yeah,
shoving
because I
them in.
mean the pieces are so small.
Oh God, that
You're probably gonna
shifter
lose
knob.
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah. One of my favorite things from What's on Joe Mind was Gary he called it an already lost accessory.
yeah.
So like that shifter knob, that's an already lost accessory because that thing is going to be microscopic.
So this is not gonna. That's not gonna be a full size box. That's just gonna be like a half box, like the Porgs.
Yeah. Like as far as I know, it's the same size as the Porgs they did. Because he's only an inch and 3/4 or something like that.
Right.
He's tiny. So that's just a rendering, but so not great official pics here. It'd be nice maybe if they position the head up or something, but
I
whatever.
thought we had some pics from our group. I can't remember. Someone I think posted something. Did Ed do that?
No, I think Ed Arndt posted some like literally today.
Because I definitely saw something pop up.
What am I looking for? There we go. It should, because we don't get a ton of posts. All right. Come on, go faster than this.
Yeah, it should be relatively close to the top.
Yeah. John's like, some of us have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. So a parts breakdown of it.
Okay.
So just ball jointed everything, which is good. So I'm excited. I have a couple of them on pre-order. So,
I mean, do you think this is going to sell out, or is this going to be something you can just find at Target or something?
Well, the Porgs, like no one had, everybody was like, really, Porgs? You're going to do Black Series Porgs? I saw them twice the entire time they were out in stores. And so I don't know if that was them selling out, poor distribution, or what, but I would imagine that anyone's going to jump on an action fit, even if you're not a Black Series collector. Oh, and that's kind of cool. That's not just a holder; it's actually a case.
Yeah, it's an acrylic case. Yeah, just like
that. I just thought it might be something that they were putting them in, but that makes sense. I mean, I would say most people would want, especially layman's parents might want this for their desk or something,
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's get back here. See, I love that. We can on the fly show pics that are just posted today. Masterpiece movie Starscream has been announced here.
Yeah.
And the deco on the jet, I just do not fucking get it. I mean, it's been a while since I've watched the movies. No, is that the one I clicked on? No, I want the full here. This one. Oh, and they're tiny. Yeah, but the gray here, like, I just don't get it. What the fuck?
Didn't we get? No, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I could have sworn that we already got something like this that had that same deco on him.
Really? Yeah, because I know I have. It was a liter scale.
Maybe
it was a liter one, but it fit in. It was masterpiece scale. Like I assume it. Although these are a little smaller, than regular masterpieces, but yeah. So you can see at least all that stuff's on the back in his robot mode here, but it just makes no sense. Like, I don't know. Like I say, that liter version that I got is perfect if I ever wanted something. I just don't think they're offering enough with this, to make it be a one time. I'm not a completist on Masterpiece, and I've got something that looks almost exactly like this, but not as perfect,
Yeah, looks like Joe just chimed in and said that leader class and then third party oversized came out with this type of a deco on. Yeah, that's where I saw it.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, that leader class one that I have, it was from the Hunt for the Decepticons line. It's only ever been in robot mode. I didn't even put it in jet mode. It came out of the package robot, and I put it on my desk. So, and then we got some. If that wasn't enough images, they have more images here. Oh, this is a whole like video. Okay, these are a little bit more glam shots, and this is where I first saw it. Here's a really clean, unphoto. Well, I'm sure it's got a little bit of photoshopping, but yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and that's actually one I wouldn't mind. And he's kind of like Prime. Is I alternate. I keep some of them in alt mode and some of them in robot mode. So I'm like,
if you ever do auto body work, it kind of looks like you just took a DA sander and just kind of sanded, parts of to expose the metal, kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like it's working towards the metal.
Yeah,
except for then you have paint on the wings, right? It's like
right.
Oh God. Oh well. In-hand photos of the standard release Snake Eyes, and I didn't realize there's such a difference here.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a whole lot of there's not really a whole lot of different paint applications on him, right? Compared to the one that you got.
Yeah. I mean, mine has brown pants. The belt is painted brown. It has a lot more detailing, paint apps. The visor is silver. Which the visor, I'm like, that should probably be silver even on this release, but I forget who it was in the group. Somebody was saying that they were, I think the person that first alerted us to this His Tank post, they were actually excited that we're getting an all black Snake Eyes. They didn't like the extra deco in that one. And somebody was saying the weapons were different too.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. Hold on one second. Let me. So I've got mine right here. Oh yeah, this one has the Uzi. Even the gun is different. Like that one has like a weird hole. The pistol has like a weird second hole. Mine is just like a standard pistol. Also comes with the silencer.
It's interesting that they would have done two different types of molds,
Yeah,
I wonder if there's actual molding differences to Snake Eyes himself, besides the paint.
Let's see. Not that I can see. The wrinkles and the pants all look the same. So let me see if I can get a good shot on the camera here. Probably not. Oh yeah, that's shitty. But yeah, too much glare and shit. But yeah, so that's crazy. So I'm actually really glad I got this version. I think I like the slightly like it's a very like gray brown. It's also on his webbing. So I think I like the extra color in this one. But yeah, I'm getting them both, or I have one and I'm getting this one too. So
that's interesting. I never noticed that before. What's in the upper left-hand corner? It says 4+. Does that mean ages 4 and up?
Yeah. Yeah.
So at 4 years old, you're allowed to play with these little tiny weapons? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the choking hazard is really at 3. So they get it's small parts are for kids. So yeah, it says not for children under 3 in the warning up there.
What about the 4+? What does that mean?
Well, yeah, I would assume that just means that and because they make these international, maybe that's this one doesn't have any of that printing.
So you're saying that kids internationally are smarter than
No, they're dumber. So Americans,
you heard
children
it
under 3.
You heard it here first, folks. Live. Don't
I
rely
guess
on that.
I guess you were just conjecturing. I made a definitive statement.
All right.
But yeah, I think I bet you anything that's like the standard for European labeling.
Okay.
It's this circle
All
with a number.
Okay. Well, if
And
anyone knows, if any international folks that are listening, if they know what that actually means, please educate us.
Let's see. Secret character in the next TVC wave. So Commander Wolf, KTSO or K2SO, and the Gonk droid, the power droid, we've all talked about, and pre-orders are up. But on Entertainment Earth, the entire case is available for pre-order, and they literally say, what does it say? Like unnamed character. So there's one more character that they're trying to keep hush hush for the summer wave of the vintage collection.
Is it George Lucas?
Well, what I'm thinking is they have the new Jedi Luke with the corrected, which we'll talk about in, I think, online, because it's up for pre-order now. They have that with the corrected card back, and so that's what I'm thinking it is. But
this just looks like a man that has his hands in his pocket. Maybe it's Archer.
That would be awesome. I would definitely take
Star Wars Archer.
Yeah, just with the Star Wars shirt on. Oh shit. Pixel Den interview with Brian Flynn. I was literally watching this while I was doing the show notes. Not a ton of information revealed so far. It's a 50-minute video and I'm only 30 minutes into it. But if you're curious, if you're a big Super 7 fan, they are talking about Turtles. They are talking about Conan and all the current stuff out. Something that was interesting that I heard before I came on was their next big nostalgia license they're trying to do is Silverhawks. So that would be cool.
Yeah.
Again, no information about it whatsoever, but they're like, we're working on it. What else did they say? They were saying, hey, what would a Thunder tank for the Thundercats classics look like? Or maybe a Thunder tank in the reaction line. That would be kind of cool. He also did an AMA or an Ask Me Anything video. It's only like 17 minutes, and basically they said they got like over 900 questions, and they kind of distilled them all down into this 17-minute video. So again, go to openyourtoys.com, show notes. There'll be links to those videos if you really want to watch them and you don't follow Pixel Dan and Super 7 already.
Cool.
New Ultimate Collector Series Lego set announced, and it's the A-Wing Fighter. And again, it looks gorgeous. Definitely.
Boxes. I like how they do the box art on all these. They look so classy and just elegant.
I definitely agree, and that's new. That's only within the last. I think the Millennium Falcon is what kind of kicked off this packaging, because my Ultimate Collector Snowspeeder, which was only a few years ago, it still got that old school. It looked like just a regular Lego set, just huge, kind of thing. So. Again, not my thing, but if it's your thing, you win. Gentle Giant Q&A. Again, this is more just reporting on news, offering you guys links, things you may not have caught if you don't follow rebelscum.com. Tons of information here if you're a Gentle Giant minibus collector or statue collector. Lots of talk about what's happened since the acquisition of Diamond Select Toys of them. And then the only thing I really care about is their their jumbo scale figures, their vintage jumbo figures, and they didn't have anything to share with that. They're like, the line's not dead, but we don't have anything planned right now.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks.
Those jumbo figures really didn't do well anyway, right? You're talking about the
No.
12-inch ones?
Yeah, they were pretty popular.
Really?
They mention like that they've hit on a lot of the most popular characters. So yeah, when you start getting into like obscure characters, probably is gonna fucking hit the, is gonna shit the
They
bed.
always seem to be on clearance at Think Geek when they used to have the store open. So I don't know.
And it's certain ones, like the troopers never were, like all the, because I would love to get a biker scout, but I kind of have like a $50 limit for those figures, and I never found a biker scout less than $50, so I never got it. But yeah, definitely, like I saw the Hoth Princess Leia for like $35 somewhere when they're like $80 figures.
Well, what about the Masters of the Universe? It's the same jump. They did the same thing, right?
No, Masters is Mondo, and those are kind of a reimagining of them, like a modernization of them.
Of the 12-inch ones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm getting this mixed up then. I thought there was jumbo.
Mattel did do jumbo. Yeah, I have the jumbo He-Man. I'm staring at it right here. I need a pan and tilt camera so I could be pan and tilt and zoom. So I'd be like, yes, it's right there, right there.
What you can do, like if you had an additional camera on another computer, you could always have them join in on the cast, the second camera.
Oh, interesting.
Just like so.
That's a good thing. I'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, I was on my friend's podcast, Saturday Morning Serial is what they call it. Saturday night we were doing live commentary on the G.I. Joe Sunbow cartoons.
Oh, cool.
And while it doesn't record it, we were doing video over Skype. It sucks because my PC is kind of my Skype machine and I don't have a camera on it. So I could see them, but they couldn't see me. So sad. All right. G1 Shockwave Statue. So pop culture shock here. The whole Shockwave holding Shockwave is a really interesting choice as a swappable hand, and then making the hand look like it's holding it too.
I'm hoping this is just it's an idea and it's not going to be what it's truly. I mean, to me, it doesn't even look like it has any emotion or anything. It's just very static, and I don't know. I think they need to do more. If it's a statue, it has to be more movement, more action, not just standing out. He looks like he's standing on a pile of a rock or something. I don't know what he's even standing on.
Yeah, I am right there with you. To me, the only reason to have a statue. Now, I guess I don't mind this Stoic museum. Like we saw a statue of the movie Prime where he has his big sword and he's kind of standing and
but this line's different though. This line, like Optimus Prime, he was running. He had one leg like in a running pose, and then Starscream, like they're all. This one just doesn't seem like it fits into the line. But,
yeah, I agree with you. This is.
But yeah, the swappable hand to have him hold himself is ridiculous.
That's a great way to put it. He's holding himself.
Pretty much.
All right. Oh, I thought I got rid of all these times, but I guess we're pretty accurate. We're holding steady here. All right. Mech Fans Toys Wreck-Gar. So I haven't. Garbage man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Looks really good. This part, the shield up here, it is kind of crappy in my opinion.
It's too pointed, right?
Yeah, it's fucking super tiny.
Yeah.
It looks like a Ducati, you know.
Oh shit.
So yeah, again, I'm just waiting for a good eBay coupon, and I missed a fucking one where if you used PayPal credit, you would get $50 off of a $300 purchase.
Oh wow.
I missed it because literally all my mech fan toys that I have in my watch list almost add up to $300. And I would have, if I would have seen it in time, I would have just gotten them all, you know, if I did that coupon. So I'm waiting for a good coupon to buy up a lot of the mech fans toys, but I've decided that's going to be kind of my Legends collection, is this knockoff company that's
cool. I mean, you said you've been
cheaper.
You said you've been happy with the quality. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I say, I can't imagine. And they're the quality like I like. They feel like a mass-produced toy. You know, when you start getting into like matte paint jobs and stuff like that, I think it can look cooler, but it just doesn't mix in with all my Hasbro Legends and stuff like that, you know. So I had to throw this in there because I'm a huge Red Dawn fan. Was filmed in my hometown of Las Vegas, New Mexico. Super 7 releasing Reaction Red Dawn figures. 2 packs, and I think I got to get this one, the Jed and Erica. So this is Patrick Swayze, and then this is Jennifer. Oh no, this is the other. This is from Back to the Future. Marty's mom.
Oh,
do you know the name?
No, I don't know her name, but I mean everyone knows Marty's mom.
Yeah. So this is her here. Love her in her camo pants and her jacket and stuff. So I'll probably have to get this 2-pack just to say I have Red Dawn figures. The other one is the Cuban general, and then this is Martin Sheen, which is Patrick Swayze's brother in the movie. But not as exciting in my opinion. Moving on to store report, our own, and I don't know if he was just sharing a post from someone else or
he was sharing a post from someone in Texas.
Oh, was in Texas.
Yeah.
So the retro Ghostbusters line actually showing up in stores, and that looks great, man.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
it looks phenomenal.
Deep or something.
Yeah.
You know,
I was gonna say that like that must be a really old Walmart or something. Like that's like old school pegs. Like I don't know. I just
the peg backboard.
Yeah, it's like really it's old school, and it doesn't have any tags on it. But yeah, I mean, no, the figures, they look great. I'm actually pretty excited. I did put a pre-order in for them.
Nice.
So we'll see. We'll see how they come. I mean, if they come all mangled, I'm just going to return them. You know, that's because I'm not going to open them. I'm just buying them just for the package art.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like these will literally just eventually get pegged up on a wall. I'm sure they'll get packed up into a box first or something. But.
Yeah.
All right. PhotoReal wave is hitting targets. So this is the repack wave of the vintage collection line. Lots of Empire Strikes Back here. So Bespin, Luke, Lando, Han in his jacket as opposed to the vest.
Weren't you guys saying that one of them was hard to get out of this?
No, that was the retro collection.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I don't know. I mean, looking better again, especially at the 3 3/4 line. When you get too realistic at that scale, like I tend to think it doesn't look as good. I think I'd rather prefer a little bit of just toyetic solid paint.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So
Yeah, because it's supposed to be a toy action figure. It's not supposed to be some kind of expensive, designer figure.
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And that was even my thing with the Black Series. I had my Luke next to another one, and I liked the more toy face.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix War for Cybertron figures are also hitting stores. These are the deluxes, at least. The Voyager, Megatron, and Hotlink were spotted. Now, remember, these are a Walmart exclusive, even though they don't have stickers on there. That's kind of interesting.
I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, me neither. Again, I've only hit 2 different Walmarts in the last 3 weeks, but at either one of those, I didn't see those. And then I put the Black Series. I meant to put.
Yeah, I haven't seen these end caps. I haven't seen these retro end caps either.
See, and I saw these. I went shopping on Saturday, and ours had it, and it looked just like this on a shelf, except for mine of this looked the same, except for it had none of the fucking Boba Fett figures. Every other figure was there because it's only like 1 to 2 figure per peg because it's so narrow.
What's the case? What's the assortment? So is this the assortment that do they restock this thing, or do they just pull out a new assortment and put it in its place?
Well, what would happen with Target, they never restocked. They got 1 shipment of them, and when they sold, they sold. So I'm hoping that's not the case with these. But what it looked like is there was 2 per figure.
Oh.
So
and Boba
well, no, because there would have to be more because there's 6 figures. And right here we're looking at 12 pegs, and like I say, I could have swore they were 2 deep. So maybe it is 4 per figure.
Okay.
But I don't know. All I know is I missed the Boba Fett on pre-order, and then the first time I see it in stores, everything's there except for the fucking Boba Fett.
So if a store gets another shipment of that, do they get like normal cases, and then the employee would put them in that same place, or is that whole unit another shipment?
I wouldn't say that it would be. If they are going to get more, I would assume it would be a case.
Okay, gotcha.
But the problem is those pegs weren't labeled or anything. There was a sticker on the box that said how much they were. So how do you even know where to restock that? I mean, it could be location, Endcap, EC 17 or something, but I don't think we're going to see more unless they sell super good and they reorder them. Oh shit, I didn't even link it. I'll link that before I post this, but the Jedi Luke is up for pre-order. So this is what I was saying is all the other ones, the Commander Wolf, KTSO, and the Gonk Droid were up for pre-order, and then all of a sudden the Luke was up for pre-order. And so I'm thinking that's probably the mystery one, but what I don't get is why they would consider it a mystery one, but just something fun to support some great action figures. The Vitruvian HACKS basics are up for pre-order. Now, I thought these were supposed to come in at a $15 price point because they reduced the amount of accessories. Normally, a Vitruvian HACKS figure is 25 to 30, but it comes with, 18 different accessories. 21 still seems a bit fucking high. This one's kind of cool, little metal skeletons, got the hood on it, very dope looking mace. But if you're a Vitruvian HACKS fan, those are up for pre-order right now on BBTS and through the Vitruvian store. And then Magic Square Soundwave.
Yeah.
So I immediately went to pre-order this because I was like, holy shit, $45 for all of that. I'm like, that's a good deal. And then you got to read the description. It's going to, and this said 1 cassette when I looked. They've actually updated this since. Now it's 2 cassettes. But they'll be announced closer to release date. So if you had to pick 2, Lotus, what would be the 2 you would want to come with?
I would want Ravage, and I think I like. I mean, Rat-Bat's cool. I mean, Rat-Bat is just, you just don't see him very often. I know he was a Sound Blaster kind of a thing, but yeah, I mean, you got to have Ravage. I think you need to have Ravage. I mean, you know, common ones would be Ravage and Laserbeak, I guess. Like if I could pick 3, I would do Ravage, Laserbeak, and Rat-Bat. I don't really care. Rumble and Frenzy, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. See, and that's my tie. I like Ravage and Laserbeak, but I'd love to have a guy in there, you know. But in either way, I am down for this. This is one of the ones I'll bite the bullet because you know, if it's going to come with 2, they're going to do a 4-pack, right? You know, or maybe 2 2-packs of the other cassettes. Because these aren't just illustrations. These are colored renders. So at least they already have the design files for it. But still, $45 isn't bad, especially considering Legends pricing. Yeah. You know, like it's the Seekers that fucking kill me, man. The Seekers drive me nuts, dude. That those are $50 a piece. I'm just like, nope. I can get a 3-pack of Mech Fans toys for $33.
Right.
All right. Well, fuck, we're blazing, dude. We're gonna have like an hour-long show. Somebody was like, I've been listening to fucking God, I need to stop saying somebody. I'm awful that I don't remember these things, but a listener on the Facebook page is like, I've been listening to you for years, Slick. You have always said it's going to be an hour and a half show. And you've never been under 2 hours. But fingers crossed. All right, Lotus, what'd you get? You get some Billy Bob eyeballs in, or
no, absolutely nothing. Nothing at all.
Yeah, it's kind of tough when it's only been a week, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't buy much as it is. Like I said, that taking those pictures, that was the first time. And I know, I don't know how you feel. I guess we can talk about that maybe later in the Mark's question there. But yeah, I mean, it's it's one of those things. You're not really supposed to be out hunting for toys, Yeah. I mean, but yeah, I didn't get anything. What about you? Did you get anything?
Oh yeah, of course. Not that much though. I found the Black Series Sith Jump Trooper. So this is what pisses me off. Sorry, let me vent some more about that retro collection Boba Fett. Is I found this. I had to go to Walmart one night and I found the Jump Trooper on the normal spot where the Black Series figures are. So I was like, oh shit. Okay. So I bought it. And then unfortunately I had to go back the next day. And that's when I saw the end cap. Well, those Sith Jump Troopers are part of that end cap.
Oh.
And so I was like, God damn it. That means that end cap was probably there the day before also. And I bet you the Fett figures were still there,
Right.
And it's just because, especially nowadays, I go in to go get essentials and I still hit the toy. Who's not going to go walk by the toy aisle? Somebody on the group said that their Walmart's enforcing essentials only.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I've never seen that at all.
Yeah, and I don't know how you even do that.
In Germany or something?
No, I forget where he lives, but it was in the United States.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I need to do now. I need to start writing this shit down, saying Joe said this and Mark said that. So yeah, unfortunately it was there, but so I got that. And then the next day, I guess I did get quite a bit because I bought all of the retro collection, including, even though I had them on pre-order already, I bought all of them, including duplicates to open of figures I didn't already have a vintage version of. And then I also got all of the Black Series, because with those retro collection end caps are also the carded Empire Strikes Back vintage of the Black Series as well. So, and those were all there. It looks like there's 2 cases of those. There's 5 figures per case, and there was 2 cases. Again, all of them were there. Just that goddamn Boba Fett. So yeah, I guess I did get quite a bit. I got like over $300 and stuff. In 2 trips to Walmart. Something else I did get, thanks to previous host and rising star, as they like to mark them in Facebook, Mike Lyons, aka Swage, sold me some non-Nef weapons. So I had mentioned I was a huge clone fan, and he had the non-Nef clone weapons for the Legends figures. Oh. So we did a trade there. He bought some of my stuff that was on my sell list and did a trade versus the value of those. And then that got me thinking, what does non-Nef have right now? And what non-Nef had was the G2 Sideswipe Accessory Kit. Oh, here, I'm just like talking about it. Why don't we go take a look at that? So G2 Sideswipe, he comes with the spiked wheels for his shoulders.
That whole kit came with the Masterpiece G2 Sideswipe. All those accessories, they came right from Takara with the Masterpiece one, I remember.
Yes. Yep. And this is for the Amazon exclusive Chug version. So yeah, so you'll see here you get you get the 2 huge engine guns, the sword with the clip and the bandolier. So not bad, $10 on it. And then I also, being a huge Nightbird fan, the only thing, and I need to do a hard target search for it, is if anybody's got the Iron Factory Nightbird, which was a repaint of their RC figure, I would really love that.
I don't think it's Iron Factory. It's someone else. It's not Iron Factory. Is like Good Stuff. This wasn't Good Stuff. This was
it was one of the main Legends. One of the main. I
thought you were talking about the deluxe.
There's tons of crappy versions. Yeah. No, I agree. But yeah, might have been New Age. No, see, here's the Iron Factory. Oh. Super cute. Just cool. a repaint of their RC figure.
Oh, I didn't even know they did an RC figure. I didn't even know they did this.
That's Matthew Baldwin, following him ever since he's got on his Legends kick. I watch all of his Legends stuff. But anyways, and she was like $25 when she came out, and now she's stupid high on the aftermarket. Yeah. Which I guess I shouldn't tell people if I'm trying to get them to sell me theirs. But so yeah. We were talking about this. I got this Nightbird set. Can these get any bigger? No. So it comes with 2 sais, 2 swords, 2 throwing stars, nunchucks with the metal chain, and then 5mm pegs to go on that Amazon. I think it was Amazon. It was a Hasbro Select Nightbird. That she was a remold and a redeco of the what's the blue car, the not Alita 1, but the War for Cybertron E kind of space female car that they I guess I can look for that. Well, see, this is how we start running long as I start going into all kinds of crazy shit. But that's what I got. So yeah, I guess I did get quite a fucking bunch in 1 week.
Yep.
Also, like, I don't know, maybe about 16 hours into my Castle Grayskull build. So I'm building the Mega Constructs Castle Grayskull. Still have I got one more box to go. It comes in 4 boxes with about 10 to 14 bags in each box.
That might be something that you want to do is, maybe do do like a live stream build, You ever think of doing that maybe?
What I've always wanted to do, because I have an almost entire complete collection of the original, like starting from 1999 when Lego first got the Star Wars license. Like for that first 5 years, I have every single set.
Okay.
And I thought about doing not live builds, but doing build videos where you fast forward it.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
you film the whole thing,
Right.
but the video is like maybe 5 minutes of narration. Like, oh my God, I hated this part. And oh, this special feature is so cool. I wanted to do that. I did one for the Republic gunship or maybe it was it was the ATTE from Clone Wars or Attack of the Clones. I did one for that and it turned out really good, but it's just one of those things. I'm just like not motivated enough to pull out my tripod and start recording and pause the video when I'm doing
that's why I was going to
something.
say, just in this format, in this live format, and who knows if there is, if there was someone that was, interested in Lego, or even like Mark, let's say, you're doing it late at night, and maybe Mark across the world jumps in, and I don't know, it's just an interesting idea. But that way you wouldn't have to worry about editing and all that junk,
Yeah. And I know people do it. Like I follow a few shows on YouTube about Legos, and I know they do live builds and they announce them just like episodes, and they're like, and they turn out, I see the finished video and it's like 6.5 hours and shit like that, all right, well, that's what I got. So now listener feedback and questions. Mark Haddock from Down Under asks, in this current climate, how are people maintaining their hobby? Are people using this home time to get through their collections and perhaps get rid of unwanted items? Are they looking at adding new line of items or filling in gap pieces that may be missing? So I think you're going to talk about this. How's everything been for you in this?
So, nothing, I don't know, nothing's really changed for me. Like I don't consider this to be, this whole quarantine. Like I see people posting quarantine this and quarantine that. I don't know. I still go to Walmart, still go to Target, I'm not doing a lot of walking, like I do my little walking around those shopping centers and stuff. I don't hang out there anymore. But yeah, I mean, I'm working around the house, working in the backyard. I did move all of my G.I. Joe figures from those Billy bookcases, and I moved them into my newer cases. I reorganized them all, so I did do that. Yep. So that's those
are they
officially moved.
Are they more shallow than the Billy? Because
No,
that was the problem with
not.
the Billies, right? The Billies are like a foot deep or something.
Yeah, I mean, it took. I had them in three Billies, and it took up a lot of space. So yeah, I ended up condensing them into my newer cabinets, which are kind of like more cube style. They're like large, deep cubes, but they actually came out really well. I used those 3M quick release little hanger tabs that you stick on. So I was, I stuck them all on and, was able to, basically attach these little clips to the walls. And yeah, I've got them all organized. Still, they're all organized each wave, just like I had them. I just took them one by one, lined them all up, measured them, and centered, and they look good, And these cabinets all have my nice lighting and stuff. So now they're all lit. The old cabinets weren't lit, so yeah, I'm happy. So I moved them all there. But yeah, other than that, I really haven't really been doing too much different, I would say. I don't know. Like, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not wearing gloves. No, I don't believe in it. All you stupid sick people out there wearing these masks, I'm the one avoiding you guys.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're avoiding you too because you're not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So you're the people I'm now afraid of.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
It's the false sense. No. It's these stupid people giving you a false sense of security. I'm tired of seeing these people with the mask that are still touching their face. They wearing the mask underneath their nose. They're taking the hands off their shopping cart and then sticking their finger on their eyes. I mean, I'm seeing everything. It's so stupid. I watch every movement. I mean, I'm so careful that I don't touch anything. So yeah. I am the one that does not have a false insecurity. And all you people out there wearing masks and gloves and acrylic face shields, you guys are ones that have false insecurity because you're not paying attention to what you're doing.
Well, and see, and I'm doing both. I wear a mask, but I don't fucking touch my face either. Like I say, we had that conversation like right at the beginning, like when it's like, oh, this isn't a big deal, just don't touch your face. And ever since then, I've been like hypersensitive to make sure I'm not touching my face and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I get in the truck, I immediately, do the hand sanitizer.
I'm not doing that either. I don't believe in that either. I don't believe in that.
Well, but and you're doing a lot better. Like me, I'm still touching all my vegetables, and that's probably one of the worst. It probably lives on a vegetable longer than anything else, because it's an organic thing. But I'm not going to buy shitty tomatoes just because fucking I'm afraid other people touch them. But so yeah, it's a different. Exactly. And we use Fit. Now, I don't think Fit kills coronavirus, but we also don't dig into an apple right there without washing it, so
I think it's just fine. It's just fine. I think, yeah. When's the ban being lifted? Isn't the president said the ban's done and then it's up to the governors or something? And
it's still the suggesting everybody shelter in place and wear masks is still till May 1st.
May 1st? Okay.
Yeah, that's and then the president away, right? but the states are like protesting, like people. There were like 300 people out at our Capitol this weekend protesting, again, wearing masks and gloves and, but protesting that this is all a hoax and we need to open up and all that kind of shit. But I mean, I think there's probably states where you could, and it wouldn't be very much harm, especially if you just keep a fucking, like you say, you just make common sense decisions. But again, it's like everybody welcome to my world. This is exactly how my world's been the last 3 months is I don't go anywhere. I'm in the house all day. I have to help my daughter with school here and there. I have to make sure I don't disturb my wife while she's working, but beyond that, my days and nights are the same. My daughter used to go to sports and activities, which we don't have to do anymore. So that there's a little bit more time, but we go on a walk every night. And so my collecting really hasn't changed at all. Besides, every couple weeks I would go on a 4-hour hunt. I would hit 8 stores in 4 hours across the town. And I'm not doing that anymore. But I still go to Walmart once a week. I still go to Target once a week. So I'm still looking at toys, but yeah, hasn't really increased or decreased whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of my collection more, to his question. Is I set up new bookcases. I talked about this in the last show, is gorgeous glass bookcases in the living room where the entire family is displaying toys out there. Cleaned up.
It's cool.
Yeah, cleaned up my office. So all right.
I just, I guess I'm just thinking that I think a lot of people are just using this as an excuse. I'm tired of seeing, you turn on the TV and then they've got the news banner going across, thousands dead. I'm just tired of it. I don't want to read your bullshit anymore.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just ridiculous to continuously, announce all that stuff. And, every day, president gets on and says the same stuff, and it's just not, it's just so boring, and it's just, I think it just scares people even more.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, it's just the news cycle. If it's not this, it's going to be something about Trump. If it's not that, it's going to be something about a mass shooting. The news and everything, and just glom onto everything. But, again, we're just using common sense. It sucks we can't go to restaurants. 3 people say, was that? So Jose says, I went to the post office today and saw 3 older people say 70 plus, no mask or gloves. I was surprised. They had no. And I think that's a thing too. I see tons of like young people not wearing masks and that kind of stuff. And you, Lotus, you're so active. I assume you're a relatively healthy guy. But yeah, when you see like a fucking silver fox or a blue hair with nothing on, like, dude, you're taking your life into your own hands.
It's okay. They've lived a long life. It's okay. it's just an easy way out. It's an easy way out. It's just fine. Just 70 plus. Ooh. 70 years on Earth. That's good. It's good enough. Good enough. Listen, shit. I was out, so this weekend I got out the pressure washer and started pressure washing the driveway. It started raining really bad, lightning and everything, and I'm barefoot in water pressure washing. And if it was my time, I would have gotten struck. But it wasn't my time, and I completed all the pressure washing. I mean, lightning all over the place. Like, I'm just like, hey, you really can't scare yourself. You can't, you just, everyone's in their house, everyone's garage is closed. Like it's, like this whole thing, like this pandemic thing is everywhere. And like, it's just ridiculous to me. There's a lot of weak people in this world, a lot of weak people.
So to talk about weak versus strong and appearances, perception versus reality. So Mackenzie's godfather is like the craziest dude I've ever met. He had just the most insane like high school and early 20s life I've ever known. And I've balled, like I've had a pretty fucking crazy life, selling drugs, blah, blah, blah. And this dude, just absolutely insane. He's an MMA fighter. He used to fucking stunt sport bikes, 160 mile an hour wheelies and shit like that. Like just an insane dude. But when the fucking clouds come and he sees lightning, he's like, fuck that, I'm inside. He pulls his kids in, because he's my age. So he pulls kids in. Like they are not allowed to be outside. We're
But
not
that's
talking about like
different.
in a pool or under a tree.
Oh,
They're
okay.
not allowed to be outside when there's lightning.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, if you're trying to protect, I mean, I'm just saying,
Well, no, and I'm not. Let's say fuck his kids, or that's an awful way to put
oh,
that. But
jeez.
instead of, let's never mind his.
You heard
kids.
it. You heard it here, folks.
He will go inside. We've been outside hanging out. He's like, I saw lightning. Let's go inside. Like,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe did he have anything?
No.
Did he know someone that got struck?
Not at all.
So here's the thing. I'm just going to lay it out there. So I believe that if you do get hit by lightning, you get superpowers. So I'm waiting for this to happen.
You're like,
so
Shazam,
I thought,
this bitch.
dude, I thought
Captain
this was
Marvel.
Yeah, man. I thought this was it. This was the weekend. I'm out there. I'm fully drenched in water. It's raining hard. I'm like, there's lightning. I'm like, this is it. This is going to happen, and nothing happened. So.
All right, let's move on. See, this is how we go from a good hour, 10
We're
minutes.
done. We're done. We don't got anything else, right?
No, we got some.
Oh, SDC exclusives. We didn't answer.
So this was my discussion topic that I came up with, and I think I saw it on a site or in the group. But so San Diego Comic-Con is canceled. All of those exclusives are done, except for maybe comic book like variant covers. Those are probably printed in the US and not done yet. But anyways, toy exclusives are definitely done. People are receiving them. They've probably already paid for them, all that kind of shit. So they're going to need to sell them. Now, the obvious choice here is you just put them online. Well, what about all these sites and stuff that cannot handle the crushing volume of 20,000 people trying to order something at once? Like, I don't think Pulse, they release stuff during, they've done it during Toy Fair, and they have done the leftover San Diego Comic-Con exclusive sales. And that's like tough. But the problem here is those leftovers, while probably a lot of people that go to Comic-Con are trying to hoard them and get in on that, not as much as now everybody has to compete for them online. Like, is Pulse going to be able to hold up to that kind of traffic? Think about smaller ones. Super 7 like uses Shopify or some like online out of the box solution. Like, is that going to be able to handle their crush of exclusive?
See, I feel the people who actually bought tickets to SDCC this year, I feel their email addresses should be the ones that are allowed to purchase first. So I feel that they should, San Diego Comic-Con should have some kind of an aggregation server that basically aggregates all of the different companies. And you get to go on there, and just like you would fill out a form if you were physically at the event, you go on there, you select what you want. Your email has already been registered with this year's, tickets, and you get to buy what you want. And then whatever's left over, goes
normal
to the normies. I feel it should be the same process, because if even, and I'm sure they refunded everyone's money for the tickets this year, but
they couldn't do that. It'd bankrupt them.
Really?
So basically your registration is just valid for next year.
Okay. Well, then
they're offering people that can't go next year to get refunds, and then they're going to resell all those badges. But that's
fine. That's even more that validates what I just said, even more, that I feel people who spent the money for tickets that are actually registered should be able to, San Diego Comic-Con should put up an aggregation site to aggregate all of the information and select what you want, selectable form, submit it, and, pay whatever the total is, and that's it. I mean, it's not hard to do.
And now, because I know how technical you are, and you're absolutely right, but how would that integrate with all of these disparate e-commerce systems? You know what I'm saying? Like, so Hasbro Pulse is its own custom solution. Super 7 is a Shopify. Mattel is its own custom solution. So how would they be able to like confirm?
All I'm saying is, it starts with SDCC. They have all of the information there in a maybe just as simple as a checklist format. And all of the other sites are listed. That site can go ahead and send to the email address. They'll send the order, the order information to the actual company. So if you want Hasbro Pulse stuff, you'd start on sdcc.com. You fill out your stuff. It would just send that order over to Hasbro Pulse, and then they would actually do the payment and everything. So okay. I would just have one site that would just direct everything to the actual, companies that are producing and selling. So SDCC is not collecting any money. It's just basically aggregating all the information of what you want, giving you a total, or it can still give you a calculation total, and then it will basically send your information over to that next vendor, and then that vendor processes the order. That way, the next vendor doesn't have to worry about who's registered and who's not. SEC already has the information of who's ordering, of who's registered.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it in action. My assumption is they're just going to go free for all. Like,
I'm
Hasbro
sure they are,
Pulses, instead of having 1,000 left over, they're going to put all 15,000 of them on sale.
Yeah.
Which, if you're there, the time of it should, if the servers don't fail, it should be easier to get something. But yeah, I like that idea. I like that the people, you give the first shot to the people that actually have badges and that kind of stuff. I have just with the logistics of it, because anytime you have to change a process, like on Hasbro, I'm sure you're aware of how
Hasbro doesn't have to change the process, though.
But how do they get their orders from Comic-Con? You know what I'm saying?
Comic-Con is basically just gonna send a batch order from Comic-Con. They're just gonna send, this person, Slick McFavorite, ordered, this thing, and you just need to fulfill it. It's just like a drop shipping thing. Amazon, all these companies do drop shipping. I mean, Amazon has already set up this infrastructure to drop ship anything you want. You don't have to own anything. You don't have to physically ever touch an item. You literally have a list of items for sale, and these orders get dispatched out. It's drop shipping, guys. It's just so simple.
Well, yeah. I would say there's a little bit more to it, and that means that San Diego Comic-Con has to have an order solution and stuff like that. But I like the ability for people to be for card holders to get first shot at it. It's just the logistics that would be interesting in a real world situation. But beyond that, that's kind of this was literally my question. I'm like, I don't really have a better concept. Besides, I'm trying to think of e-commerce systems I've worked in. So you have coupon codes and stuff like that. There might be the ability. See, the problem is with like secret links or something, like I say, I could see a simple solution where you go to SanDiegoComicCon.com or whatever, it's actually .org, and you say, I'm interested in this, and this, because they do have, they have a super secure login system for that because of their badge sales. Like Comic-Con has a very elaborate security mechanisms on badge sales and a very hardened back end because they are afraid of the hacking and shit. So I could see a page put up there where it says, I'm interested in this, and this, and then Comic-Con emails that to a company, Hasbro, Super 7, whatever, and they can send that person a secret link, but the the problem with secret links is as soon as they're posted, they're no longer secret links. So then you have to figure out how you make sure that the person that's using the link is the person that was registered for Comic-Con this year. Like, logistics are crazy. I'm saying just put them up on your websites. Let your host know, like, hey, we're expecting to get 8,000 people to hit our site, you know, in 1 minute. Is there anything you can do to, you know, harden our servers, beef up our performance, that kind of stuff? But
well, I mean, they just need to have a host that does, you know, dynamic bandwidth. I don't understand these. I don't understand. A website should never ever go down ever. There's no reason for it. There is a process for dynamic hosting. Servers, they can analyze everything. They know exactly what the level of throughput that's needed, and if there's more, another server instant spins up. It's all virtual, guys. It's just, you know, it should never happen, never go down. These people with these websites that go down are people who don't want to pay for current technology. That is just the truth.
Well, that's exactly right.
Stupid people.
Yes, that is exactly right. It is pretty simple in this day and age to even to migrate your services to a solution that is, you know, that can expand with demand. So I agree with you there. Especially, I mean, now's the time to do it. Super 7. Like, yeah, Super 7. You may get 18 orders a day on a normal basis. San Diego Comic-Con comes around after the fact, and you sell what's remaining as maybe 500 pieces, and your site takes a hit, but you're going to have a huge crunch now. You know, if you open this up, now is the time to migrate your services to something like DigitalOcean or AWS, Amazon Web Services. These companies that can guarantee you, if you go from 100 hits a day to 100,000, it'll still be perfectly fine. But again, Lotus, you know, it's really hard to go from legacy to anything else. You know, if you're on a shared hosting environment,
it's easy. All you got to do is fire whoever that 70-year-old person is that's running off of an old Cobalt server.
Oh shit. All right, let's get into grab bag. We got 8 minutes left till our hard stop. And we would love to hear from you. How do you think we should handle, or how companies should handle SDCC exclusive without going down the technical rabbit hole that Lotus and I did? What do you think they should do? All right. Grab bag, Star Wars Lego Masters. That's right. So we've been talking about Lego Masters all season. Peter spoiled Lego Masters ending for me. Fucking Peter.
Right. Spoiler for me too, Pete. No, I was kidding. I watched it.
No, I know. I was gonna say I knew Lotus watched it live, but anyways, it was still a good finale. But if you didn't want to sit through a whole reality show of Lego, and it's pretty cheesy. It's entertaining. Will Arnett does a good job, but it's pretty cheesy if you're not into these kind of shows. Mrs. McFavorite and Little Miss McFavorite nailed it. So they love this fucking format. Mm-hmm. But if you want to just watch one episode to get a feel for it and to get some cheesy cameos, but to look at some amazing Lego builds, to see what these guys and gals do in fucking 12 to 14 hours, however long they had with this, it's mind-blowing. The droid thing was super cool. I loved how, you know, they had to make these moving droids that had personality and fit into Star Wars. This is the one episode I'd assume you can see it on YouTube or anywhere, but this was a good episode to watch if you just wanted to get a feel for the show, if you're kind of interested. And the finale was amazing. all 3 builds were freaking mind-blowing, so I won't spoil it like somebody did. But,
while we're talking about it, there's actually the Lego Masters in Australia, and I don't know if I think that's been around longer than the American show. But
interesting.
One of the shows I listened to called the Toy Power Podcast. Have you ever heard of them? Toy Power Podcast.
No.
So I've been listening to Toy Power Podcast for a few years now, and Trent is actually one of the contestants on the Australian version of the show. So he's not talking about any of the details, but he's been given some generic clues here and there on his episodes of the Toy Power Podcast, and I thought that was cool. So I don't know I know Mark is out there from Australia, and I know he's so maybe Mark is really into Lego as well. So maybe he can tell us a little bit about the Australian version of the Lego Master Show.
Hell yeah, Mark, chime in, comment on this in the group. I'd love to hear more about the Australian version. And I'm surprised if he knew about it, I would assume he would have chimed in sooner, because Peter's posted a few things about Lego Masters in the group. So StarWars.com, excuse me, released what they're calling meeting backgrounds. But these are also just amazing high-res images for display backgrounds if you want. I downloaded them all. Lotus knows I'm a digital hoarder now. We had a spat about digital hoarding.
Yeah.
I will probably never do anything with these, but I downloaded these very high resolution photos that I will keep forever. But good ones here. Some of them are great, like to use that as your background. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. God damn it. See, that's what I need to learn.
These backgrounds do look cool. I mean,
yeah. So let me go back up here. So, I mean, you could use some of these, like you could use that, and only a super nerd is going to know what that's from. But a Star Wars fan will know that's very Star Warsian. Same thing here, but they have backgrounds from all the different movies, the original vintage movies, as well as the Skywalker trilogy. There's Exegol, but cool, like Tauntauns, shit like that. So, and like I say, the main reason why I downloaded these is I just do a nice high quality print on an 11x14 piece of paper, and easily put that into a cube display case or a Billy bookcase or something like that. It doesn't have to be amazing, but at least it gives a little bit of context to your figures. And let's see, nothing for Transformers really grab bag-ish wise. So moving on to, I made up for it here in G.I. Joe. We got lots of grab bag in G.I. Joe. This is kind of an old post, but Toy Guru did this video talking about the secrets of the Masters of the Universe Classics maps. So the maps were a thing you only got if you subscribed. And there's some of my favorite artwork. I don't have any hanging up here, but again, this is one of those things. While I put the link to this, I haven't watched it yet, so your mileage may vary on how awesome this is, but it is something that I will eventually watch now that I've archived it in our show notes. G.I. Joe, tons of stuff for them. So first off, the coolest thing is a new 1,000-piece puzzle from Mondo, and I don't even know if this is still available. Oh, it's pre-order, so hopefully it's still, yeah. $20 for a 1,000-piece puzzle, especially being a Mondo, which makes it a little cooler. Is a great price. 19 by 27 when it's done. I actually have a T-shirt of this artwork, And when I was at Comic-Con one year, I was waiting in line for the Lego raffle. And a guy came up to me, he says, "Oh man, where did you get that shirt?" And I was like, "You know what? I can't remember. I think it was one of those Daily Nerd shirts and shit like that." And he's like, "Really? Do you mind if I take a look at your tag?" And I'm like, "Okay, that's a little weird, but I've done it to people before too, when they have a really cool shirt and they couldn't remember where they got it." And it's all officially licensed. The tag had all the copyrights and the logo and all that. He's like, "That's crazy." And he opens up his art book and he's like, "I drew that."
Oh, wow.
And he was the artist that did this artwork. And he's like, "I didn't realize they actually made licensed shirts of this." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so." And he's like, "Yeah, I was just curious if somebody was bootlegging it and I wasn't getting paid." But yeah, this Jason Edmiston. So I thought that was kind of cool. So that's something I need to go buy, actually. We talked about the G.I. Joe Adventure Park. So this was the water park that's launching in Malaysia. Looks like it's been postponed till September because of the COVID-19 crisis, but it's still happening. And then lastly, Snake Eyes movie we were talking about. I was saying that might be a bad sign that it's not getting pushed back, because it means they don't care about it, blah, blah, blah. Well, after 1 week, Paramount is pushing it back. Its new release date will be November 19th, so it'll be perfect for a Thanksgiving movie release, if that's your thing. Do you have any like movie traditions? Do you see movies on New Year's Day or Christmas Day or any of those weird like tradition stuff?
No, not at all. I mean, when I was younger, I did, but no.
Like your family would go see movies on Thanksgiving Day or something?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, that was not part of my life at all.
You just mean when you were a younger adult?
When I was a younger adult, yeah. Now I'm in my upper 70s, so it's about time.
Yeah, that's why you don't see a picture of Lotus. He doesn't want any ageism on the podcast. All right. Well, we did pretty good. We're 2 minutes over. Well, no, I think we started a little late, but we're 2 minutes past our 7:30 Mountain Time.
What's Joe say? Joe is saying that for G.I. Joe, my buddy Bill released a new book about JoeCon called The Joy of JoeCon on Amazon. Is he trying to plug an ad on here? What the heck's going on? It's a compilation of different stories from a bunch of people that were part of it.
Oh, okay. I like this. Let's do a quick.
Oh, here we go. Now
here we go.
So if you're looking for that sponsorship, guys, definitely we can get you in as a sponsor here.
Let's see here.
So we're looking for a guy by the name of Bill. It's called.
Let's see. Yeah, let me get a little bit more specific. My spelling may be wrong. So
Medro.
Joy of JoeCon. What would be funny is
of JoeCon.
There it is.
Okay.
Kindle book. Oh, paperback too.
Here we go. So are you sharing it or no?
Oh no, shit. See, thank you for pointing that out.
Okay,
it'll take me a while. Oh, it's by Daryl. Oh, that's the Ford is Daryl DePriest. There's his buddy Bill Medro.
Okay.
168 pages.
Is this a real friend, or is this like a virtual friend? It's not real. Just like me, I'm not real.
Oh God, Lotus. Is this a IRL friend?
Yeah.
Or is this just someone you follow? But no.
All right. So
yeah, that's a very cool thing to do. I mean, I'd love it. Let's take a closer look at this cover art. Some good pictures. Oh, we get God, what's Christopher? I can't. remember his last name. Diagnostic 80. I know him. We get noted author James Kavanaugh. Oh, I've seen this dude. If this is Bill Nedro right here, I've seen this dude.
Yeah, Joe says it's a real friend, so it's a real person.
Lowe's just giving you a hard time, Joe. You got Joe Colton here as Serpentor. It's Lady Serpentor. Awesome. I'm going to buy this. This is going to be mine.
Okay, that's it, guys.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging in with us. We love that you guys came out to support us. Had a few people in the live stream. Hopefully that'll increase every week as we do this. Again, do this as an audio podcast as well, so you'll be hearing it that way as well. But we'll see you sooner rather than later.
Or later rather than sooner.
Peace. Awkward ending of the podcast.